Say hello to the DEEBOT X2 Omni floor cleaning robot. So this is a product showcase video, sponsored video, talk about this excellent floor cleaning robot that not only, well, it vacuums, but it also mops the floor. It's a two-in-one. And what's great about it is it's got superior quality cleaning, a truly hands-free experience. You don't have to do anything. Once you get it started, you just let it go on the app or you start it off on its automatic routine. And it's got cutting-edge intelligence, including enhanced interaction with the Eco Voice Assistant 2.0, 3D mapping, and personalized video manager. So there's a lot of stuff that this does. Take a look at it in this video. It's got a standalone station. It's actually pretty easy to set up, and it's nice because everything comes included in the box. You got the roller, you got the vacuum bag, you've got the water reservoir units, the big apparatus, everything together works nice and neatly, easy to set up. One plug, you plug it into the wall, set it up on the ecovacs app that you can use on Android or iPhone, and you can control everything straight from there. So one of the things that I love the most about this floor cleaning robot, not only does it do both, of course it does the vacuum and it does the mopping, but it's thinner and it's narrower, and they changed the shape on it. So instead of being round, and if you ever used a robot vacuum cleaner, a floor cleaning robot, you probably recognize once you get to the corners, then you run into significant issues when you're trying to get those cleaned out and kind of leaves them dirty sometimes. Well, you don't have that problem here because with the X2 Omni, it has a new superior shape where they've slimmed it up and they've made the square design. So you get a wider, longer brush. What that gives you that. And of course you get superior edge and corner cleaning and a slimmer, narrow design, and it gives you 99.77% higher cleaning coverage per unit. So that means that you can get in those nooks and crannies around things that before you couldn't get to for mopping and also for vacuuming. So that's really cool too. And of course, just like the Omni bots in the past, it goes back to the home station and it empties and it takes everything out. It will unload and clean out the robot, put it in the vacuum bag, and also it does the same thing with the mopping. Yes. So inside the home base station, you have two different reservoirs. You have one that you start off with, of course, it's empty. The other one you fill with clean water. So it fills up the Omnibot and it puts clean water in it for mopping. And then when you get done, it takes the dirty water out. It cleans the pads. It heats and it dries them to clean them off. And then it puts clean water back in it. It's something that's really cool and that works really well with this unit. I tested out the X1 last year or earlier this year, and now with the X2, it is, well, I gotta say it's improved in a lot of different areas. Of course, you also have the app that works as well. Again, you can use this on Android, you can use it on iPhone, and it works out really well because you can control everything right there, and the 3D mapping for the rooms is also excellent, and of course the voice assistant, and then it's even more intelligent than ever. So whenever you go from the carpeted area, you go to a tile area, it can kind of tell the difference, so it knows not to be using the mopping brushes on your carpet. So you can leave them on whenever you vacuum. Of course, you can take them off. If you don't use it for mopping, it's not something that has to be on there, but it's great because you can use it for hardwood floors, you can use it for tile, you can use it for carpet, and it's got 8,000 PA of suction, which is a lot. Like that's a whole lot. So not only do you have the slimmest unit now, so 95 millimeters. So this is even slimmer than the X1 that came in at just over 100 millimeters. So 95 millimeters thin. It's 32 centimeters, so it's narrower. So it's 320 millimeters across, and it's got this new square design. It's got 19% improved single cycle efficiency for vacuuming. So that's really nice. And yeah, 8,000 PA while still maintaining a low noise level. And you see here in the video that even whenever it's on maximum suction, it still isn't super loud. So it's not something that's going to be inconsiderate. It's not going to keep people up. It's not going to be aggravating you while it's doing its thing, and it's cleaning for you. And that's a great thing because it takes the extra time off of your hands. It cleans for you, and you can see it actually does a really good job. And it reminds me a lot if you see people that mow their yards and use the different patterns, or like you go to a baseball field and they've got the different patterns on the field. It's always nice when you use the robot vacuum and then you see where it went and kind of how it cleaned everything, and it makes the floor look really, really nice in the process. And when it comes to mopping, it's got the Osmo 2.0 turbo system. So what this does is top performing wet mopping and effortlessly removing stubborn stains. Another nice thing is as you transition from different thresholds, it has 22 millimeters of threshold crossing capability. So that means if you need to go up over a little bit of a ledge, or you've got a rug, or you're going over a floor transition plate, it's able to do that seamlessly, and it won't get stuck and it won't interrupt your cleaning process. So that's nice. And it has a big 6400 milliamp internal battery that's rechargeable. You recharge it when it goes back to the dock, and it's capable of cleaning up to 200 square meters of cleaning space on one charge. And that's really nice, because you don't want to be in the middle of vacuuming or mopping, or you're cleaning your house and then it dies and it has to go back and charge. That's pretty good sized battery when it comes to a floor cleaning robot. A single charge provides up to 210 minutes of continuous cleaning, so that's pretty fantastic. So in addition, like I talked about with the cleaning, the vacuuming, and the mopping, I love the additional features that has built into the base station, because it goes back to the base station on its own. It empties everything out into, it's got a 3-liter trash bag, so that's actually pretty good. It's supposed to be rated for normal dust up to about 60 days, so that's why they call this hands-free. You don't have to empty the bag, you don't have to empty the water, you don't have to do any of that stuff. It does it on its own, right? And it'll give you an alert whenever you need to go ahead and clean it out. But it's nice because it does all this on its own, so you could have on your weekly cleaning cycle, set your schedule, and do everything that goes along with it, and then it just mops and it just vacuums or whatever you want, and it's hands-free and you don't have to worry about it. So that's one thing that's really nice, being able to set it up on a schedule. And one of the cool things about the self-cleaning with the mop is once it goes back to the dock, it initiates a self-clean, and it uses 131 degree hot water that it self-generates to clean and wash the mopping pads that's on it, which is really fantastic, and make sure they get super clean. And then it air dries it, which, well, it's even better with heated air. And the LiDAR mapping is fantastic. So you set it up, you put it in the room, you get your room set up, and then it does all the auto mapping stuff for you. And then it has, of course, the sensors for boundary detection, so that way it can maneuver really well around your couch, or go under your coffee table, or your dog if it's running around in the living room. And other nice features as well, it has a built-in camera on the front of it. So in the event that you're away from home and you get a signal, you get an alert because it was in the middle of its cleaning cycle, you can actually see what's going on from the front view of the camera of the robot, and you can control it. So if you need to move it around, if it gets stuck, you can control it through the app, and you can direct it back to where it needs to go. So that's also a really good feature, and has two-way communication as well. So really, really interesting product, the specifications going on there. So during the mapping process, it uses an AINA mode and dual laser LiDAR, and they work together to give you a 210 degree mapping experience, well, as you're doing the 360 degree room. So that way you get the best, most accurate mapping possible, knowing where it's at, what to do, and how to do it. So it works. There's a lot of stuff going on here, a lot of different levels, but yeah, 210 degree field of view with dual laser LiDAR. And the robot has lots of smart features built into it. In addition to what we talked about, it has intelligent 15 millimeter auto mop lifting, where it lifts up the mop as you transition, or to keep it up off the carpet. And it has cutting edge intelligence, AI controlled AIVI with 3D 2.0 dynamic obstacle avoidance. With fully integrated AI and sophisticated machine learning, the robot can learn and think to achieve a more flexible and accurate dynamic obstacle avoidance, such as people walking by quickly, semi-open doors, as well as more thorough cleaning in a complex household in both bright and dark environments. Really cool. An obstacle avoidance feature is exceptional. You can see it goes around all these water bottles like it's nothing, and those are not normally in the pathway. It continues along with its cycle, and the square design of the robot allows for efficient cleaning along the edge. So it still does its job. It still gets around and does what it's supposed to do, but it doesn't get hung up in the weeds around obstacles. And one thing that I really like as a dog owner, it has a pet-friendly mode. And when you enable the pet-friendly mode, it's nice because if your dog or your cat or something happens to have an accident on the floor, it can recognize that and it can go around it, so that way it doesn't go over it, and then track it all throughout your house, which is a big concern that my wife has with using a robot vacuum cleaner. So this is something that helps alleviate that concern, but it is pet-friendly and pet waste-friendly, and it can identify that using the smart sensors and everything that goes along with the robot. So that's a nice feature if you happen to have pets around the house. It can even distinguish between pet bowls and dog houses and water bowls and different things like that. So it really is, it's a smart robot vacuum. And if all that wasn't enough, you have the Yeeko voice assisted operation, so you can give it voice commands and tell it what to do, or tell it where to go, or you can give it different spot on commands, so that way you don't even have to use the app. You can engage with it through the voice activated software and intelligent assistant. So that's nice, and that's another different level on top of all the other smart stuff that it does. It's equipped with 3 different built-in microphones, and it can respond to voice commands from up to 5 meters away. So this isn't something where you have to be whispering in the ear of the robot vacuum. You can do this from a pretty good distance away, and it can intelligently pick up natural speech, so that way you can use it with the voice-assisted commands. So in a nutshell, you get the all-in-one station, new square design, slimmer, narrower, higher clearance, wider coverage, and you've still got a fantastic 6400 milliamp battery, 8,000 PA of suction. You've got all the different great features like 3D mapping, the LiDAR, the wide field of view, and yeah, all the great cleaning features. And of course, you get the mopping, you get the vacuuming, it goes back to the base, it cleans everything out, it's hands-free, and it makes your life more convenient, and it works pretty darn well. So that's all I've got on the DEEBOT X2 Omni. The MSRP on this is $14.99, but there's an exclusive Black Friday discount. You can get it for $1,044 right now, which is a huge savings. So if you're interested in picking one up, I've got a link in the description and you can check it out there. And that's all I've got. So if you have any questions or comments, of course, please go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video and found this helpful, please hit the like and the subscribe button and a little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.